Hi and welcome to my stamp class. Today we're going to make this Get Well gift set using the Get Well soup set and the gift box punch board. And so this is the perfect size to just put a little something for your friend who's not feeling well. Some tissues, some cough drops. They'll be feeling better in no time. So we will begin by stamping the Get Well soup image on a 2 3/4 inch by 4 inch piece of ivory cardstock, very vanilla cardstock. And with a larger stamp like this, I like to just put the ink pad on top of the stamp just to make sure that it's well inked. And we're going to stamp that right in the center. It's slightly smaller than the wood block that this stamp image is on. There you go, good crisp impression. And we are going to stamp this image one more time on a piece of scrap cardstock. This is the Designer Series paper. This is a Christmas paper, but you know, a lot of these papers, the back side, are not really holiday specific. So that makes them really handy to use for other things. So then what I did is simply, you notice the piece of cardstock is not big enough for the whole image, but we're going to cut off the top so it doesn't matter. We're just going to layer this soup bowl on top of the other one. Here's one that I've already cut out, and I just want to show you the center. I'm going to simply use my X-Acto blade to cut out this portion that is the soup, because that's not part of the bowl. That way it can show through on the bottom side. The image underneath can show through. Pop that right off. And I'm just going to take my cherry cobbler marker. We're just going to make some nice hearty tomato soup in this bowl. And then I'm going to put the image on top. Just going to use a couple of dimensionals. Put them on the back here just to create a little extra lift to my image. And we'll just put it right over the image that's already on there. Okay, so that just gives you a little bit more dimension to your card. And then one more little pop of color. I punched out a little heart and just use a mini glue dot and put it right on top of that heart image that comes in the stamp set. Okay, now we're going to start on the gift box punch board. This is a piece of crumb cake, 7 by 11. And here is your punch board. Now it comes with the scoring tool right inside. All the instructions are right here. You can make 3 sizes of bags. You can make them as tall or as short as you want. So you could cut this cardstock down shorter if you wanted to make a shorter bag. Today we're going to be using the medium size. And so you start on the start line here. The edge of your cardstock goes right into the start line. There we go. And then you're just going to score along this horizontal. And we're doing the medium size box, so you're going to go to this medium line and score all the way down. You're also going to punch. Alright. Now, every time you move this, you move it back to this start line. So this score that we just created, we're going to take right to the start line there. And then we're going to punch again. And this time we created the front, so now we're going to create the sides. So this is the first line of the side. This line we already scored. Right here it says side 2. This is the second line of the side. And then when you're doing the side, you just do this little triangle and this little crease down the center. Okay, so now we move it on again to this score line, punch it. This time you go back to the medium because you're doing the back side of the box, one more side. Here's one that I've completed. So you'll see there is an extra tab on the end. This is about a 1/2 inch extra, and you can just cut off this tab. When you punch the top, you're creating all these little tabs right here. And there is one more thing we're going to do with the punch board, and that is on the back side, there's another punched item here. And that is to create the holes for your ribbon. And you see, you just punch them like that. Just put it, layer, or set it right where you want it. And punch those holes on the top of your bag. Alright, so I've already put some tear and tape here on 3 of the bottoms of my envelope, my gift bag. And I just want to do another piece of tear and tape along the side. And I want to, before I do the backs, I just want to get my side all scored together here, seamed up. Okay, and now I've got tape on 3 sides. I accidentally scored this in the wrong spot. Don't do what I did. Okay, so you're going to put the 2 end pieces in first, square them up, and put this on top, and then put your tab on top. It doesn't matter whether your top tab is the front or the back of your box, either way works. And then we have one more piece of designer series paper. This is cut at 3 by 5.5, and it is the same set as the piece that we did for our soup bowl. So you can see on the back of this that it is Christmas. And so I just used my snail adhesive to apply to the back of this. And I did cover up my holes here, so you can just take a hand punch and punch them back out of there. If I had been smart, I would have glued this on before I adhered this together. Okay, and then I just need a little more snail for this layer right here. This reminds me of some dishes you might get. They're kind of trendy right now, those bright, bold colors and patterns. And then I just finish it off with a little of this stitch satin ribbon, about 8 inches. Cut that off, and you would just put it through the holes, and then you just put your goodies inside. So that's this box. Here's another one that I created earlier using some retired paper. And you can see that I also included a card using the top of the soup stamp. So the bottom and the top, you can use both separately. So that's the project for today. You can see more at stampinwithsky.stampinup.net.